Man, it's cold outside, but you know what? Now is an important time to be getting things ready for the upcoming growing season. What are you doing on your farm to get it ready, to get your garden ready, whatever it is that you're going to be growing? And there's a proverb that says the lazy man doesn't plow or doesn't till or doesn't prepare his garden because of winter. Because winter can be cold, and if you're lazy, you don't want to get out here in the cold and have to deal with it. So hopefully I'm not lazy, because I got work to do, and we're gonna get some things done in the garden, because like I said, this is an important time.
Greetings, friends! We are Farm Fit.
Alrighty, the major thing that we need to do is begin prepping some beds. I've had my beds covered, most of them covered with silage tarps here, and we got these from Adams Outdoor, and they are just recycled billboard signs, and they're a great way to suppress and start smothering out the weeds and the unwanted plants. So what we're going to do today is we're going to uncover these, and we're going to begin prepping a few beds. After I uncover it, first let's do that, let's uncover them. Now that I have the beds uncovered, I also went ahead and raked up some of these debris, the residue from the old unwanted plants that were being smothered underneath our tarps here. And the tarps we got from Adam Outdoor signs, so they're recycled billboard signs, so you may want to use that as an option for silage tarps. I do recommend going with the non-woven signs. These here were woven, and the woven ones allow some water into the soil, which will allow some of the unwanted plants to still grow and survive. So I do recommend going with the ones that aren't woven, because it will just really help suppress and knock out the weeds more effectively. Okay, next I'm going to go ahead and take the Kelvin cultivator and just scorch out some of those unwanted plants that sprouted and any seeds that may be there on top as well. So we'll go ahead and get some fire going. As I'm spending more time out here today, it's just really getting to me that I need to take care of these areas in the garden that have been flooding, that have been retaining water. So what I need to do is, look right here, it's just holding a lot of water down here, and because of this, it's allowing the soil, or making the soil saturated and just allowing it to hold water, and I don't want that to happen because it kills our plants. So what we need to do is we need to go ahead and take care of this and knock this out. So it's going to be muddy, it's going to be yucky, and I'm going to get a chance to get some farm fit in. So let's just make it, we're going to make a channel. Our property runs at a slope, so what we're going to do is we're going to make a channel where the water will flow down, out, and there's actually another area right down here where the caterpillar tunnel is that is flooding as well. So we need to make a channel for that, but first we're going to work on this upper area first and just make a trench, a channel, so that water will just flow out. And we can keep it out of the garden, so it will just run and won't retain and collect there. So here we go. Little water starting to come through here. Definitely getting a workout. Getting some cardio and a little bit of muscle burn in various places. So getting farm fit. But we're gonna go beast mode to finish this job. So the kids are in the grow room, and for those of you who don't know what our grow room is, it actually was a walk-in cooler that we constructed beside our house, the yurt. However, we put it in a terrible location, and during the prime time of the sun and the heat of the day, it wouldn't cool down the way it was supposed to. So we scrapped it as an idea for the cooler and made it an office slash room where we germinate our plants, and also the kids like to go in there and play and do their schoolwork. And we're actually setting up a official cooler on another building up there. But let's ask the kids and get them to come help us out in the garden collecting scrap metal. What do we have going on here? Playing with some Legos? Alrighty. Well, Selah and Josiah, could you come help me collect some scrap metal?
Yeah.
Alright, let's go.
It's likely the light of mine will burn out in the mountains where I spend my rambling years. I paid my...
Alrighty, ready to go here now in the Caterpillar Tunnel. And just in case you missed it, we constructed this Caterpillar Tunnel in the video that we did here recently, and we did so with the products from Bootstrap Farmer. We bent the poles with the hoop bender that they have, as well as we have the plastic, the clear plastic from them. But we're ready to get things planted in here soon. But before I get things planted in here, we really need to get this area dried out and water draining properly. The Caterpillar Tunnel is a great season extension tool to have on your farm. It can help you get a jump start on the season, so that way you can begin growing things early. So what I'm gonna need to do is, our beds are total of 100 feet long. But what we're doing is we're making 50 feet, we're stopping it at 50 feet and making the trench, the channel, so that way the water flows. And we did 50 feet up there earlier, at least I did. So we're gonna do right at 50 feet, we're gonna make another channel. So that way the water flows from up here where we were before, just on the outside of the Caterpillar Tunnel. And then there's water collecting here, which needs to drain out and come down out at the back, and then drain out on down towards the pond. So what I need to do is I'm gonna measure out, since we have landscape fabric down, I'm actually gonna have to cut it because it was at 100 feet in length to match the length of our garden, but we need to cut it off, measure off, cut it out 100 feet, measure it off at 50 feet, cut it, and then make our trench right there at the 50-foot mark. And we actually have lettuce growing there, so I'm actually gonna have to pull some of that out, and some cilantro too, just so we can make our trench, because it's very important. The few crops that are there are just gonna have to be sacrificed. So I'm gonna get muddy again. Here we go.
It's likely the light of mine will burn out in the mountains where I spend my rambling years. I paid my sins from the poor traveling days. Oh Lord, please, can't you hear my prayers? So I rode my body up the mountain to a place where I can sit my rocking chair. I rode my body up the mountain, and I'm never going back again, I swear. Most likely the sun.
Well, just about have it. And we dealt with a lot of rain and flooding this year overall. So hopefully, if we have to deal with it again this coming year, hopefully setting up these different channels and trenches will help just water flow easier on the farm. And for those of you who live in areas where you have slopes and valleys in your garden, these are things you might want to be mindful of as well. Be thinking of how water is going to flow around your garden, and hopefully control it from being stagnant in your garden. We don't want to have flooding in your garden. I've had to deal with that before, and you lose crops, and that's just no fun. So hopefully we can avoid having that happen, and it just makes things easier to work with and work in, and being able to control your water and how the water moves around in your garden. It's great when you need water, but too much water is not good. So let's get back at it. We're just about done. Believe it or not, it can get pretty warm in these caterpillar tunnels, even in the winter time. But that's a good thing right now. Since things are wet, we need the extra heat. And I'm actually gonna use a fan right here. Turn it on and just help dry things out with all the water in here. But I did have to take my shirt off because it's getting so warm in here. Well, while the fan is drying out those beds, under here in the caterpillar tunnel, I'm gonna get some work done on some beds. Actually, the beds that I broadforked earlier, I'm gonna go ahead and do a till for that, so we can get these beds ready. And it's gonna be a number of days here in the caterpillar tunnel before that area is dried out and ready to be worked and have plants transplanted. But I'm eager to get it done, but we need to let it dry out a little bit first before we do that. So that's it for this vlog. Like I said, I'm gonna go till. Let us know in the comment section below, what are you doing right now to be prepping and planning for the spring growing season? Yep, you should be doing stuff now, whether it's planning and thinking about the seeds that you want to grow. But let us know. That's it for now. We'll see you next time. Grow on.
I know that you're curious, I know that you're strong, but life can be furious and things can go wrong. You go, we're better off tomorrow, but who knows if we get joy or sorrow. Stay true to that fire in your heart and your soul. Don't drench your desire in what you can't control. We fly, try so hard to get there, and we might be lost but not forever. There's things in life you simply need to know, but sun and rain and trust in letting go.
Thanks for watching.
Feel free to leave a comment below, even if it's just to say, hey. Also, make sure you don't miss any of our new videos. So, subscribe and sign up to receive notifications each time we release a new video. Also, you may want to check out these videos right here. And also check us out on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. See you next time.